The melody sounds like it's some like kid's song, but it goes so hard.
Yeah, it goes so hard.
So baby, close me closer like the backseat.
Halsey?
Halsey.
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 Wait, that's not a plane.
I zoomed in on the middle.
Yeah, it's IU. You guys are now reacting to IU's 2024 title track, Holshi, which translates to
Diet seed.
Diet Coke.
dandelion seed.
What?
IU wrote this song in response to what she hears from kids these days not having impractical dreams anymore. So the kids that she's interacted with in Korea talk about they need stability as an office worker and can't have impractical dreams of like doing whatever they want. She wants to reinforce the light and carefree feeling of floating like a dandelion seed in this song. IU says, "In my 30s, I realized that there's no reason and no need for everything in the world to become flowers. So I've decided to live as a dandelion seed, fluttering insignificantly in the sky. Like a shopper who doesn't get tired of shopping, I want to look around and roam about without a destination in mind, putting in my shopping cart various options that are on display from everywhere in my world." The song is composed by Lee Jung-hoon, Lee Taekyu, and IU.
Oh, IU, she's back.
What's your favorite IU song?
It used to be Lilac, and now it's Autumn Morning.
Ooh,
Yeah.
taste.
Yeah.
Friday?
Oh.
I love IU. I think she's so cute. Randomly, one of my favorite songs is Lilac.
Okay. This video is brought to you by you, our YouTube members and supporters on Patreon. Patreon and YouTube memberships are how viewers like you can support us and also gain access to exclusive content, like extra reactions to both old and new K-pop songs, early access to every React to the K video, and a weekly podcast. Neighbor Towns!
Gosh, this one's so fun.
Yeah, I like that this one is just uncomplicatedly happy.
We also started a new series where we'll be ranking every song in an artist's discography every month. Do you know how to pronounce French?
It's French? Oh, Jesus.
I love every aspect about this song. Like, I could probably do like an hour-long video.
It's such a release of tension. It's so satisfying.
It is cheer.
Yeah, same.
If you want to become a patron or YouTube member to help our channel grow and to access over 1,000 exclusive videos, check out the description of this video for how to join. Thank you all who already support us. We really couldn't do this without you. And now back to the video. Are you guys ready to be dandelion seeds?
Yup. 3, 2, 1.
I don't think dandelion seeds fly above the clouds.
I like the sort of camp and like colorful trash. Like even the trash is aesthetic.
Groovy.
Cool. Aight. It's the flower collab. Sure.
What? 7?
Wow, it's so empty.
Is this like Mixolydian buzz?
Why are we in Mixolydian?
Because it's cool. So judgmental.
I wasn't judging.
Why are we?
Ooh,
Nice.
good vibes.
Interesting way that of bringing across like carefree.
Halsey. Whoa.
What are those chords?
I love this sound. This like empty sort of sound on top of the synth. It makes it feel
love
so much more
this.
crystalline.
That's crazy. That's cool.
Wait, I think I've heard this somewhere.
I was popping off though in the visuals department.
It's just such a soft vibe.
The bass sounds crazy.
Yeah. The percussion is great.
It's a bit of a vibe switch.
Here we go. Oh. What? She's a rapper?
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, da 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 da. That's a really laid back.
Okay.
She has a relaxed oral posture for articulation. Da 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 da.
I like a lot of what this song's doing with some of the little transitions. I don't know, it's interesting.
I love how if I heard the voice separate, I would not expect this background.
Just that Disney Channel type beat, but like Disney Channel times that to the second power.
It has a very just like chill vibe to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, my migraine's gone. Is it the ibuprofen or is it ibuprofen?
Ibuprofen.
Not the kids too. I would never want to be a background dancer for her. I would just start bending.
Oh, there it is.
I don't know if it's cute or creepy.
What is happening?
There are some times in K-pop where I'm just like,
That's so weird. Oh, it's her kite.
but there's more string on the.
No. She's gone. She's a dandelion now. Floating.
It's just bye.
Whoa. There's more.
Gosh, that kite is really freaky.
See-
That's actually like Uncanny Valley for me.
A little bit.
Like that face is just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
If I just look in the sky and I see a giant floating cartoon character,
That would be the best day of my life.
Doctor Who is
that'd be pretty cool. Oh, the cart. I like to imagine it's sentient. It's so cute.
With the circles.
This is like such a laid back, just like chill, you know, sit in like a perfect temperature car, windows down, like at the park, and you're just kind of vibing. Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of this.
This is so unlike the music that I've previously heard from IU. This was super unexpected because it's kind of like her sound in this. She's known for like a really bright and warm, crystally voice, and this kind of puts a more cooler edge to it that I wasn't expecting, but I really liked it.
It's definitely very unique. And I feel like as long of an IU listener I've been, it's not like totally out of character, but I do feel like the difference in the visual style helped kind of make me feel like this was a step out of her usual vibe, which I liked very much.
That was sick.
Sick AF.
Yeah.
Break it down for me.
I just like the message. I think it's cool, especially, you know, in like a culture that like is so much, there's so much workaholic kind of like kill yourself working kind of, you know, vibe. Like it's really cool that someone's got something like this going out and it seems targeted towards kids. I mean, that's awesome. Could not be happier to see it.
So the childlike melody was very purposeful.
Yeah.
In a behind the scenes video, she was even trying to like make sure that she added as many background vocals as possible so it sounded like lighter in sound and more like youthful and childlike, like it could represent the voices, like more voices.
If you listen to a lot of her onsets and offsets, like she's doing a lot of not explorative stuff, but like a lot of unclean onsets, let's say, and that's not a bad thing.
Oh, with like the vocal
Just a little
fry,
bit of vocal fry as you start a line, or a little bit of scoop up or a fall off. Da 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 da. It kind of falls off. So it's because of that. It's kind of has like a less certain, less rigid feel to the vocal, and I like that. That I think adds to the laid backness. Plus, just she's not over articulating everything. Like it's a kind of relaxed, da, 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 which I think contributes to feeling calm and at ease.
Do you hear the echo? It sounds almost, the way her vocal fry is being accentuated by the distantness makes it sound somewhat electronic. And she's like, like that's very floaty.
That 9, is that she's going? Oh,
I just liked her rapping. Yeah, there was one part where she was cadencing downward in her rapping, and it was really really cool.
I like her voice so much. It's just like, it just works so well.
Yeah, it's just very like conversational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it feel so,
Like the
I guess, intimate in the like classical sense, you know, that it feels like very close. Someone's just talking to you, like, hey, it's okay, be free.
They show the idea of being carefree musically through rhythmic motifs, maybe certain synth sounds or certain musical directional twists that they might go on in such a way that it makes it so that the vibe doesn't have to be the only thing carrying the idea of being carefree on its back.
I'm kind of curious, what specific rhythmic motif would you say helped?
As a general rule, it's not swung, like they go for jaka 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 jaka, but there was one section where they went for the daka 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 daka.
They had more swing.
Yeah. That's triplet subdivisions. So definitely at the chorus.
There's like I think 8th notes or 16th notes being layered in the back, which kind of contrasts what she's doing.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're
really
right.
hard to hear. And it comes in like really loud here, but it was like really, really deep.
Well, then here she stops being swung. Here, so right at like 140. I think that dichotomy of like that A versus B rhythm is like one way that they show like, because swung is more of a carefree rhythm, I think, in my opinion.
It feels looser.
It feels looser than a straight rhythm. So that kind of like A being straight and B being swung is like a cool way they can show carefree versus not carefree.
Okay,
maybe.
interesting.
I think this was, from a composition standpoint, it's very, very smart, because the ostinato that she presents you with, like, boom, 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 it's only in C. It doesn't establish the dominant, it doesn't establish the third, it doesn't establish the seventh, which is why it gives her so much leeway, right? She starts out with C mixolydian, and then second verse, C minor, and then back into like somewhere C major until she brings in the flat sev, right? So it's very, very smart.
And I feel like it really conveys the image of like a free-floating dandelion wherever you can go, especially not with like the raised 7 where you feel like you have to resolve it to C. If you have a flat 7, then you're kind of like free
So,
to
yeah, I can
dwell
vibe
on
here.
it if you want. Yeah.
A dominant 7 is different from a flat 7, because the way that IU is singing, like, you can sing anything and have that flat sev just be passing, right? It doesn't necessarily have to resolve anywhere, it's just part of the scale. But if I were to play like C7, you want this to resolve. But I'm saying like in IU's melody, this is improvising, this is not her melody, but that B flat right there didn't sound like it had to resolve anywhere. It's just something that's in the scale and you can use it or you don't have to.
I really like when There's like a little bit of like a call and response. Yeah, it's kind of ambiguous what if they're going to stick to some kind of mixolydian, because like right then it's just major, it's just Ionian, but then there's another voice that answers, and then it's on that 1 and flat 7, which I think is really cool how they disguise certain aspects of the mode so that when they add in those important intervals, it can sound really impactful. Da, 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 da. And that's like a very common sing-songy, almost like childlike, very major sounding. You have this like nostalgic melody that once you add in that flat 7, it's like a really cool interpretation of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, that's why everyone knows Mary Had a Little Lamb, you know what I mean? It's like, it's cute. It's a really cute song. It's awesome. I just really, really like it. I think it's cute.
There's also like a kind of like an empty feel to most of the production.
Yeah.
Like it just felt kind of like there was like a void there. But I think it kind of like worked for what she was going for, and the way she was singing about all this in the vocals and stuff. It kind of like fit with everything, in my opinion.
It sounds a little bit like haunting, not gonna lie, because it's so empty. You've just got like the one bass note, and then you've got her singing this like
just floaty
modal stuff on top. And I think that is so cool to interpret that as like floating and flying.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the texture supports that as well?
I think so. There's a lot of like, I wasn't listening too closely, but I think there were a lot of like poppy little percussion things happening maybe. And then the ostinato that kind of ties it all together without forcing anyone to kind of be tied down.
Yeah. So in a way, the composition really supports that idea of you need to be more carefree. Like chill out. Don't think about stability right now. Even like the harmony itself is not stable, but it's comfortable.
The quality of the production is really high. I think it's produced
It is
really,
insane.
really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like good production is always associated with like just crazy, insane stuff, like really complicated music. But like I felt like we're just not used to hearing crazy production on really simple melodies. So it's cool to hear it.
And what about that bass in the first verse? You guys like, this bass is awesome. I'm like, why?
It just like, you know.
Yeah. Reminds me
Something
of
about that works.
Royal a little bit.
Oh,
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies.
It's like very simple melody, but like with very well written and simple like vocal harmony, and then just like some simple drums and simple bass.
And the start too, like going hard at the beginning, like having a really like sick start.
Yeah.
Is like really cool because it like gets people in and then they're in, you know, and then they let it chill for a sec, you know, for the rest of it.
Right. And then just all the subtle differences in between.
I like that the song can feel full in moments, even though overall the feeling is kind of sparse. But like when the bass hits and when those big chords hit, it's actually very satisfying and kind of comforting.
Oh.
So like old jazz, I love it.
Yo! Oh, he's going off.
in my 30s, I realized that there's no reason and no need
She's
for everything
30.
in the world.
I'm old. I'm so old.
You're not even 30 yet. You can't say that. You can't say that. You young child.